All right, guys, this is Alex, your dating coach, and today we're gonna be talking about how women actually fall in love. And I was thinking about some of the women that fell in love with me that I wasn't really paying attention, and I noticed that for the most part, when women fall in love, you're not even paying attention. It just happens, like they just fall in love, and it's something that dawns on you. You're like, yo, this bitch is in love with me, right? And I was like, yo, this is very interesting. Whenever I'm not paying attention to the woman, whenever I just see her and go out of sight, out of mind, consistently in my life, some of them end up falling in love. Now, it's unfortunate that some of them, most of them, I don't like back, but it's a very interesting phenomenon, and I have a reason why that is. Women can sense when you're not emotionally engaged. And the way that they can sense your lack of engagement isn't because they sense your lack of engagement. They sense your lack of engagement through your absence. They sense your lack of engagement through you not spending too much time with them, which is kind of ironic. Because, yes, spending time with women can make them fall in love with you, but also not spending time with them can also make them fall in love with you. And in fact, the women that will fall for you the hardest are the women that fall for guys who show them emotional unavailability. Those are the ones that will fall in love with you at a deep way because it comes from trauma. Like they'll confuse the love they have for you, they'll confuse the trauma they feel for love. And this is how you could apply these types of strategies in a healthy way, because this could be evil, right? Um, I began noticing this with like escorts, right, in Mexico, because I went to Mexico and my friend introduced me to escorts. I was like, yo, wait a minute, yo, the fuck, the hell, this is out here, I was like, whoa, slow down. Um, and I started noticing that a few escorts ended up falling in love with me, and it wasn't nothing of pride, to be honest with you, because in my mind I'm like, they're escort, dude. It's never gonna work out. But I found it an interesting phenomenon. And what I've noticed is that they will fall in love with you and you wouldn't even notice. Because all you're doing is getting your dick sucked and then telling them to hit the road, right? But in their minds, something deeper is going on. In their minds, they're sort of like falling for you. And I have a feeling that they fall for you because they sense your coldness. And that's why friends with benefits, that's why some women don't like doing friends with benefits where they see the guy periodically, because I feel like they fear falling in love with a guy like that. So one of the ways that you guys can apply this is, for example, is and I always talk about this, randomly canceling dates. When I mean canceling dates, I don't mean doing it all the time. I mean like once out of every 4 or 5 times canceling dates. I would prefer if you live a complete life, right? A life where you're busy, a life where if you have to meet up with your girl at the end of the day, you could possibly be too tired to meet up, because these things happen organically. But if you're a toxic motherfucker, right, and you want to just apply it, then yeah, cancel once every 4 or 5 dates. But again, I will prefer that it happens organically because it'll feel more congruent. Other things that you could do is just have her not see you for a few days or even a few weeks, while having the excuse of why you can't see her. You can't just say, I'm not seeing you. You got to give her an excuse and act like you want to see her, right? Because you let your unavailability do the dirty work for you. Your unavailability is what's going to make them angry, what's going to frustrate them, and that's what's going to emotionally engage them. And what you'll notice is that most of the time they don't fall in love, and that's a fact. But if you focus on your life, which I'm going to talk about how to do, right? Because the call of the sirens could be intense. But if you focus on your life and you just keep doing this, what you'll notice is that you'll end up noticing that 1 or 2 women will fall for you. And what's funny is that what you want this to be, you want this to be almost like a surprise. Like, it's almost like you're not even aware that somebody likes you because you're so focused on your life that a woman falling in love with you, you're like, oh shit, I didn't even notice this. What? For real, you fall in love? I didn't do nothing to make you like me. Yes, you did. You did nothing. That's the point, right? It's your unavailability that makes them think about you, that makes them reflect and ask themselves, does he like me? Why isn't he there? It's your coldness that causes that, right? So that means that sometimes, let's just say you sleep with a woman, right? And you tell her to go home, as an example, right? You might think, and again, I will recommend this to do this like after seeing her for a few weeks or even a month or so. But you will think that would turn her off. What she was, yeah, that she'll get mad at you, but also part of her will say, like, why isn't he, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why doesn't he want me to stay? Because your unavailability makes her mind, if she's naturally insecure, assume that it is her fault why you're not available, right? And so what she will do is all of a sudden, and it's fucked up, but she'll grow insecure, and she'll do things to fix the situation, to make you like her. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's kind of like that insecurity will create a narrative in her mind that makes her the reason why you don't like her. And that will cause her to do things to make you like her back as much as she likes you, right? And the best way to apply this is to just focus on yourself in a way. It's almost like being selfish. Now, don't be selfish in terms of like not giving her, like, not buying her a drink, getting her dinner. You know, you can't be stingy. Women find that a turn off. The selfishness that I'm talking about is a type of selfishness where it could be like you don't want to see her today because you're tired, or I don't stay over tonight because I want to sleep by myself. Like that kind of stuff, right? That kind of stuff makes her reflect on her and say, why doesn't he like me? And people assume that what makes a woman fall in love is your presence, yes, to a certain degree, but it's your absence of emotion and your physical absence. It's pretty much what makes her go crazy and what makes her insecurity assume that she's the reason why you're so cold, okay? So now we could talk about how to take the focus off of women into your life. And this process is a process that takes time, possibly years. I'm not kidding, right? It involves maturing as a person. Let's find. So something that you could do is, bro, just pay attention to your life, okay? Focus on your life to such an extreme that women are secondary. And the truth is that this is a process that it's not easy. This is a process that happens as you get older, actually, as you become more comfortable with yourself. Or this process also happens, which doesn't apply to some of you guys. This happens a lot when you get a lot of pussy, where you get so much poom that you just like, I can't. It's too much. I can't deal with it no more. Like that really does happen, and you begin to prioritize other things in your life. The way that you could do this is just to develop a sense of purpose and discover your calling in life and pursue that calling with the utmost intensity. If you want to learn about discovering your calling in life, these are 3 books that I recommend. 1, Mastery by Robert Greene. 2, Chapter 13 in the book The Laws of Human Nature. And 3, the first month of the first month of the Daily Laws. Like Robert Greene wrote in a book. It's called The Daily Laws. And it's a law. It's a book that has 365 days of laws, right? And the first month is about discovering your calling in life. You could read that. You could read those first 30 laws, and they will show you how to find and discover your calling. Because unfortunately, the more busy you are, the less they see you, the more they fall in love with you. Women literally fall in love with you through your absence. They literally fall in love with you through your emotional distance. They fall in love with you when you're not paying attention. They fall in love with you when you're not consistently thinking about them. Now, there are other women though that need you to show more attention, that need you to love bomb them, that need you to call them, and that's true, right? So you have some of these high maintenance women out there, okay, and that they're exception to the rule. But I don't know what the percentage of women these are, but I can promise you, I will prefer if you go in this direction than the other direction of love bombing consistently, because I personally still don't know the mechanics of love bombing. Why is it that you can love bomb a woman, and it's actually a viable strategy to make them fall in love, but then isn't that acting needy? See, that's the part, And maybe I'm gonna ask you guys this: what the fuck? Like, why does love bombing work? And yet, you know, when you double text a girl about going out, they get turned off. What I want to know is under what circumstances does love bombing work, and under what circumstances does it not work, and on whom doesn't it not work? You know, and why it doesn't work. What are the thought process as to why it doesn't work? I would love actually to interview women. Actually, I might do that and ask them what's the difference. Has love bombing worked, and has a guy love bombed you and it didn't work, and why? And just see, maybe I could get an answer from that. You know, that will be interesting. Maybe post it up here. Anyways, yeah, man, just learn to leave women alone. It's weird though. They'll just start fantasizing about you because they don't see you. They'll create a narrative about you. They'll give you traits that don't belong to you, and they'll end up falling in love with you without you even paying attention. And then one day you wake up and she's fucking looking at you with the psycho eyes of like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Anyways, man. That's happened before, man. It's a little creepy, man. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Okay, so if you consider yourself a nice guy, if you're the type of person that always gets played by women, is considered like a mama's boy, or you like assertiveness, or you've been bullied when you were a little kid, and so you develop some nice guy's tendencies, then I would highly recommend you check out my new course, Nice Guy. It's specifically made for just nice people in general. I'm a nice guy. I was a nice guy. I was a Bible teacher, for God's sake. I was a Bible teacher. It doesn't get any more nicer than that, okay? So in this course, I will teach you about the art of assertiveness. And if you just learn to become more assertive in a healthy and non-toxic way, what will happen is that men will respect you and women will bang you for the most part, okay? As long as women respect you and see you as a man, that's all that matters. So this course is more about how to embrace your masculine side. If a guy watches this, he'll embrace his masculine side. If a woman watches this, they'll embrace their feminine. This is a course specifically made to bring out your assertive self in a healthy way. So you're gonna learn about the source of human aggression. You're gonna learn about how to assert yourself in terms of in a work situation, what to do if somebody disrespects you, how to know if somebody is disrespecting you or not. Because when you're a nice person, you assume that everybody has good intentions. So you can check out all of this. It's a pretty big course, but the size of the course, it doesn't matter. You can check out all of this for just $99. And if you don't like it, just ask for your money back, and I'll send you your money back. No questions asked. Not one time in my career have I ever rejected somebody's refund. So if you don't like it, it's a money back guarantee. This is the equivalent of buying a sneaker. Okay, it's a really good investment. So I'll see you guys inside. It's a 30-day money back guarantee, and you will not regret it, because after this course, you will learn how to become more assertive, and women will stop playing you. It's plain and simple, and that's all that matters. I'll see you guys inside.